If you want to file an appeal on a Colorado property value for 2025, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And I'm also going to give away this AI ChatGPT prompt that you can copy and paste into your AI platform to instantly create your appeal package for you so that you can save time and get your appeal submitted into your local county assessor. I'm Jared Larkin. I'm with Chicago Title. I used to be a property tax consultant for over 4 years, protesting thousands of property values. I'm going to share with you today, one, how to go ahead and complete this protest, and then two, save you some time here with this prompt that will help create your appeal package for you. So let's jump into things right now. So if I were you, first thing you're going to do, you're probably watching this, maybe you own a property or you know someone who does and you want to help them, or even better yet, you're a real estate professional and you have access to the MLS, which is what we're going to be talking about today to pull your comps. I'm going to walk you through from A to Z on exactly how to do this. So here's what I would do if I were you. First step is I would go in and I would look up your property address on the local county website. Okay, so just do a Google search, right? So for me, it was Denver County Assessor website, and I'm doing this one right now just to as an example. This isn't my home; it's someone's home. And then I would go ahead and do property search. I would get into the search platform. I believe every county here in Colorado should have something set up, especially the main larger counties. And then you're just going to search for your property address, right, in here. And then you're going to get to your actual property information, which I have right here. So this is going to be the fastest way to do it. The first thing I would do if I were you is I would look up what is the current 2025 assessed actual value for your property. And then I would look at the county website, and I want to know, and I want to base all of my data off of the county assessor's information, and figure out what we're working with and what we're assessed at. So for example, here for Denver County, we're working with about 2,690 square feet at this current increased value of almost 2 million. If I break that price down, that is coming in at $732 per square foot. That's where this property is assessed at. I want to know this because when I'm looking at other comps, I want to know where they're selling at. Is this assessed appropriately? Is it too high? Is it too low? Right? But probably it might be too high, so we might have to file an appeal. Let's take a look. Other things I like to look at is I want to look at my increase in value. You can see here, this property, of course, Colorado reassesses every 2 years, but last year, the 2023-2024 value was 1 million, about 1.6. Okay, so it significantly went up. Oh my goodness, almost to 2 million. That is a massive increase. So let's see. Let's take a look. So here's what we do next. Now we are going to log into our local MLS, PPMLS, whatever it is you use. I would go ahead and log into it. When you go in there, you're going to go ahead and find the search function and search residential. If you are watching this video and you don't have access to the local MLS, one thing you could do is you could look up comps on Zillow. You can even look up comps through the county assessor. They provide comps. Unfortunately, it's a bit more limited on being able to see the information. You could actually even also use ChatGPT. You plug in your prompt on, this is my property address, this is the sales I want to look at, and you could leverage it that too as well. For us though, we're going to use the MLS. All right, so you log into your MLS. Now, importantly, what you have to do is the 2025/2026 property value for the state of Colorado is going to be based off of a date of value, okay? And that date of value is going to be June 30th, 2024. That means that as of June 30th, 2024, what is this property worth? What's it assessed at? In a perfect world for residential homes, right? If there were enough comparable sales that occurred on June 30th, 2024, where are they at and how does it compare in value to the subject property? Now, of course, we live in reality here and not everything is going to sell on one specific day, and that's why we go back in time 18 months. So what I would do if I were you, I would look at anything that closed from January 1st of 2023 up until June 30th of 2024. You can then go ahead and plug in your property address up here. You can do a radius search up here, start plugging in some filters if you need it. Bedrooms, maybe baths. You can see here, I've got bedrooms on here. I've got square footage. I've got year built. I've got structure type because this is a townhouse / duplex, right? So we're going to keep those comps in here. Once you whittle that down, right, you're going to see here your matches. You can then go to your results and you can start to see what we're looking at here for potential comps. All right, you can see here, this is how I have all of my information built out in the MLS. But what I would do if I were you, next step is once you dial this in, we're going to export this a couple of ways. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and select all of these. We're going to click export. We're then going to go ahead and do a full export. So one thing that I could do here is just click this. You should have something called full export that will basically pull out most of the data. I think mine is actually called appraiser. I'm going to go ahead and just do that one. So I'm going to export this out. All right, this is 315 Cook Street sales comps. All right, let's make a new folder. Just call this example. Sure. All right, the other export you're going to want to do, that's going to give you a spreadsheet of all the data. But if these are the comps you're going to want to use, you also want to print out an easy to look at, basically like 2-page document that's going to show all the information of the property. So that way, when we submit this to the county assessor, they can see what we're looking at, right? So if I were you, I'd probably go ahead and maybe choose, oh man, it's been a minute since I've done this. Let's go with maybe full property view. Let's see what that does. Let's take a look. It's been a while. Full property view, it's going to create a PDF document. If it ever loads here, sure, let's see how this looks. Okay, bring this over here, full property view. This is perfect. It's a 1-page sheet of each of the comps. So that way I can submit this with my appeal package to the assessor, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. Next step, now we're gonna go over into ChatGPT. All right, so ChatGPT, here we are. And then I've got a prompt which you can download. If you're watching this through my YouTube account, you can click the link below and go to my website and download this prompt from my website. This will be on my blog. But I'm gonna go ahead and highlight all this information, all right? Now, here's what you have to do. I'm gonna copy this. You need to fill in this information up here, right, about the property that you are filing the appeal for. That way, it can provide accurate information. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in here. Boom, done. Here's all of my information. Okay, keeps going through. I'm gonna do this just to save some time. I have attached some screenshots of the subject property. Go ahead and read the details on the attached images and fill in all of the pertinent information for the subject property details. Okay, so you can go in and fill this by hand, or if you're a bit more tech savvy like me and want to save a little bit of time, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to start screenshotting all of this information. Okay, so what that looks like is I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to start screenshotting this. Okay, there's one screenshot, and then I'm just going to drag that screenshot into here. I am then going to go to the next section down here, again, just so we have it. And that way ChatGPT can actually read this image and then just fill in all that information for me, okay? So again, there is the improvement / building information, plug that in there. Down here, sure, I don't think we need the permit information. We can have the sales data if we wanted it, okay, fine. And then lastly, the one that I definitely want to get in here is the previous value. Okay, so that's going to be all of this. All right, so let's see if this works. I haven't tried the screenshot effect yet. Okay, so now let's go ahead and click enter. You can see here this goes down, it fills in the information. Here's all the value info, etc. Let's click enter. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it reads all of this and then asks me for the comps. Okay, so here's the subject property details. Fantastic. It did not pick up the bedroom information, but this is going to be, it's going to be, I believe, a 3-bedroom. Yeah, okay. So here's all this info. Look at that. Please next upload the CSV file. Okay, cool. Awesome. Update the subject property to 3 bedrooms. Thanks. Okay. While it's doing that, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that CSV file that we exported earlier from the MLS with all of our data. You can see here I did the appraiser version. If you have the defaulted MLS, it might say full export, but this is all of the data on each of those comps. I'm going to drag that into here. Okay. Probably asked me to upload the CSV file. Here is the CSV file of the comps, and now it should start to get to work. This is all of the data from the MLS on every single comp. And now it's going to start to analyze it and basically build out our appeal package, okay? So once this is done, we're almost there. We're going to basically copy and paste this into another system that will now allow us to create the actual PDF document, all right? By the way, when you're filing this appeal, most of the front range counties here in Colorado usually have an ability for you to just protest online, so you can just find your property. It might require you to create an account, and then you will submit an appeal right online, or of course you can mail it in if you want to, right? So let's see here, some of the expected column names like address, blah, 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 doesn't exist in the file, which actually means the headers are labeled incorrectly. I'll take a quick look at the actual columns. Cool, thanks for your patience. Based on the actual column headers, here are the correct ones. Gotta love AI, guys. Holy cow, it figured it out, right? Look at this. It's filling it all in. It's matching up the info. Close price, close date, bedrooms, bathrooms. This is good. I'll process the data. Thank you, ChatGPT. By the way, if you haven't upgraded to the pro version of ChatGPT, I highly recommend it. As of this recording, it's only $20 per month. It allows you to continually upload documents and do deeper analysis. It's worth every single penny. So here's your comparable sales summary showing the properties. Let me know when you're ready to move on the analysis and conclusion slides. Would you like me to proceed? Yes, please proceed. Okay. It's now going to continue on here and continue to do its job. I don't know what's going on here with the MLS. Let's close that out. And again, this is the prompt. It's just in a Google Sheet. You'll just copy and paste this into your AI platform such as ChatGPT and create this for you. So now it's building out all of the slides, right? So here's slide 4, here's slide 5, here's the recommended value. All right, it's saying, hey, here's our recommended range, strongest comps. Based on comparable MLS sales, the current 2025 assessed value exceeds what the market supports. A more accurate value will be somewhere in here. I agree. Let me know if you would like this export in a specific format. Now you can see here, it kind of broke up the information. It started with the comps because I kind of asked it questions out of order. So what I'm gonna do here, because slide 1 is up here, let me see, slide 1, slide 2, yeah, 3, 4, and 5. I want them all continuously. I'm gonna say, fantastic, rewrite this out so I can copy and paste all of the slides into Gamma.app. What is Gamma.app? It is, my opinion, one of the coolest little AI platforms out there, comparable to ChatGPT, which I'm going to share with you here in a moment. But what it does, if you go to Gamma.app, you can sign up for a free account, and you can create visualizations behind any sort of text or really anything you want. You can see here are my Gammas. You can create presentations, you can create PDF documents, you can create carousel images for social media. And how it works is when you log in, you're going to create with AI, and you can either use their AI, which I don't recommend. I like ChatGPT personally. You can upload a document, but we don't need to do that because we already did all of this in ChatGPT, which already created all of our slides for our appeal package. So look at this. Here's all of our information, slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5. I'm now going to take all of this, I'm highlighting it. I'm now pressing Control C or Command C, copy. I'm going to go over here, paste in text, Command V, and now I've got all my slides broken down. Next step is, how do you want this created? Do you want a presentation? Do you want a web page, social media? Do you want a document? We want a document. We want to download this as a PDF document so that we can file an appeal with our local assessor. Next step, text content. I wanted to preserve all this information. I don't want to generate any information. This sometimes makes sense, but for the sake of today with the data, I want to make sure it preserves all of this information, keeps it accurate, and just makes this look more presentable for the county assessor appeal package. It will then break it down by cards. You can see here ChatGPT broke it down by cards, which is 5 pages. Fortunately for you, if this is a free account, you can have up to 8 cards, so you're good. You can continue forward, click continue. Final step is to choose a theme. There's a million different themes in here. I'm just gonna choose the very first one just to keep this simple, and then I'm gonna click generate. So final step, what it's gonna do here is it's now going to go through step by step, and it's going to build out your appeal package based off of all the data provided. So here we go, look at this. Subject property, here it is, information, okay. It's going to work. Valuation protest, comparable sales summary. Fantastic. Look at this. Keep going. Analysis of comps. Look at this. Average, median, key observations. Okay. Recommended value and conclusion. So let's go back up to the top. Let's take a look. Subject property overview. You can see here it always plugs in the name once you create your account. I'm just gonna delete this. I don't keep this in here. You can if you want. I always remove it personally. Subject property overview. Here's the information on 315 North Cook Street. Assessed value versus 2024 assessed value. Key information. Colorado property valuation framework. The valuation date, that is correct. No time adjustments. It says no time adjustments allowed. That's just what I told the prompt. I'm just gonna say adjustment guidance, use actual MLS sale data. That looks good. And now here's the purpose, determine if the 2020 valuation of one is supported by comparable sales data from approved window. So here's your comps all put on one page, which I like. That looks good. Okay, down here, analysis of comps, average price, median price, price per square foot. Okay, key observations, the subject property assessed well above. Most comps fall within this range, right? It's doing all of your analysis for you. It even made a nice cute little chart down here based off of where they sold at and compared to the subject property. Recommended value and conclusion, look at this. Here's our range. Strongest supporting comps, Fillmore Street versus Adams Street versus Madison Street. Based on the comparable sales and data, the assessed values, a more accurate falls within 1.45 to 1.55 million. All right, now we have to give a final number. We can ask that. Give me a final recommended value protest number. Let's just see what it says, okay? Based on the comps, okay. 1.495. Okay, cool. I always like to look at where was it assessed at previously. It was previously assessed at 1.5958, and we're at 1.495. You have to ask yourself, you have to be realistic. You know, hey, did the market go down from the previous 2 years when this property was last reassessed? I don't believe it did. I believe it probably slightly did increase. So I want to know that, quite frankly, we want to be above that amount. So I'm probably going to make some adjustments here. I'm at 1.6. Or if you wanted, you could go full aggressive and call it a day, right? So assuming you're done, if you want to make tweaks here, you can. I always say AI, it gets you 90% of the way there. Of course, you got to make those final tweaks for yourself to make sure everything looks right. But I would provide in here a recommended value, because when you go into the county and click protest, it's going to ask for you to provide an official recommended value. But last step, what you're going to do is once you kind of finalize this, is you're going to click share, and then you're going to click export, and then you're going to click export to PDF. All right. It's now going to save as an actual PDF document to your computer. Let's just call it right here. You can open it, and now look at what it is right here. Let me bring it over. It is that exact document as a PDF, okay? Now what you can do, right, is you can go through here page by page. Here's all of my information. But lastly, if I wanted to combine this with those comps, I could actually go up here and I could click insert page from file, and I could grab these comps, and here they are. And now I've got my appeal package. I've got the appeals, I've got all the comps that are provided with this appeal package, right? If I didn't have the MLS, you could probably print it from Zillow or whatever website you're using. And now you've got your full-on appeal package that you can go ahead and save and submit to the assessor. You'd go into the county website, click protest my value, create an account, upload this document, click submit, and now you're done. So I'm Jared Larkin with Chicago Title. If you found that helpful, follow me along at milehighTitleGuy.com, where I share real estate tools, resources, marketing ideas, whether you're in real estate, without a real estate. It's probably something for everything. If you are here in the Denver metro area or even down in Colorado Springs or further north, I host and teach a ton of classes and events, doing about 8 to 10 per month. Come on out. They're all free. Have fun. And I hope this is helpful. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Download the prompt, and good luck on your property value protests. And good luck. We'll see you. Bye.